Hi there, I'm Chris from Balloons Online Australia. Today we're just going to do a really quick demonstration on how we use a jig that I've made for 18-inch foil balloon vinyl transfer. So stay with us. What we've created is we just had to do a job with just numbers, very simple, but it could be anything. But it had to be perfectly centered on a 18-inch circular foil. It's quite difficult, being a circle, to get it nice and plumb such that when you hold the ribbon, the letter or the number is nice and vertical. So I hope you've enjoyed. Alright, so today we're going to do a test, just to show you a little sample of how we use our guide or our jig for 18-inch circular foils for vinyl transfer. So we'll start with a method I've explained before, where we apply a little bit of moisture on the bench, and that'll help the foil stick and be quite flat. Now I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a little bit of tape here, which is a guide that is exactly half the diameter of the circle. So I've measured 46 centimeters, so I've got 23 centimeters and 23. So when I'm placing it in on the table, the neck or the valve of the foil, I'm overlaying on this 23 centimeter mark, and I want this edge here, the tip of the curve of the circle, to also meet on this mark, on this edge. Roughly, it can be a little bit off, but that's the guide that I'm starting with. And we just leave that tape on the table for next time. So smooth it off. That little bit of moisture helps the foil be perfectly flat. So here's my guide, if you can see it. I've got the neck down. Well, this is the side where the valve overlaps. And this little bit of cardboard folds perfectly at 90 degrees. So I'm just sort of getting the neck sits a little bit off. So that's my first guide. I'm just going to bring it in a tad. Right? Reflatten that. Alright, so now I'm centered. Now what I'm also looking for is these little cuts, these little 90-degree cuts I've made. So see how the foil is just perfectly overlapping that circle shape I draw. So now what I've got here is something to work with. I've got parallel lines and I've got guides meeting in the center. So let's start with, I think I'm up to the number 4. Just a bit of transfer tape. We reuse the transfer tape as many times as you can. It loses its tack, but you know, I can do it 20 times over and it's fine. So just peel it back at 180 degrees. Okay, now I'm doing this upside down so you can see a little clearer, but it makes it a bit more difficult for me. So I'm just trying to average the shape of the number or the letter or whatever you're using, and at least now I've got this parallel line that I can look against that parallel line, and likewise the base. So I'm thinking about where's my center, just eyeing off the parallel lines. You don't want to spend too long on it. With having the guide, just makes it so much faster. We're doing 72 of these in, we've got to deliver it in about 2 hours, so I don't know why I'm taking this video now, but I thought it'd be a good opportunity to explain something while we're going. So that's one side. Flip it around. We're doing 2 sides. So I won't explain it now, I'll just show you how quick it is. Flatten it off, throw your guide over, quickly check the markings, right? Okay. You could have a production team of someone pre-doing this part. It just means you don't have to think about it. You know it's going to be nice, centered, and straight each and every time. Now I did kick that a little bit. Look at my parallel lines, average off the center of the letter or the number. And I just find, especially for a round balloon where you just don't have many other reference points, where you're getting perfectly perpendicular down the center of the balloon on a circle. I've got a bit of a bubble there. Alright, I'll inflate that and quickly give you a look. There we go. So that, by the way, the square that we cut was 20 centimeters, because the printable area that we use is max about 17 centimeters for a circle. Any more, and it just gets too close to the creases of the balloon as it bends around the corners. Alrighty, hope you've enjoyed.